The content of this radio show is to provide information and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered advice or a recommendation. Thing or Two About Life, Total, is an adult podcast and recommended for mature audiences only. No content from the radio show can be used without the permission of Thing or Two About Life, Total. Thank you.
I am so into me, but I can learn a thing or two from you. I can weather the storm all by myself, but I'm so glad I got a total crew.
Welcome back into the Total Podcast, Thing or Two About Life. We are in the building. And look, we promised this week we ain't gonna mess up telling y'all about the social media things. We just gonna tell everybody, like Leon pointed out last week, look over everybody's shoulder. It's right there. If you ever get confused at any point during the show, it's right there for y'all. Thanks to the lovely producer, Andrea. And thanks to Leon for pointing out the so obvious that we all should have known instantly, but we didn't. So that's what our bro is there for, to point out our shortcomings. But we got a good show today. We're gonna play probably more videos than we probably played, but that's cool. And we're gonna talk. We're gonna have a good time, and we're just gonna get it started by letting our bro start it off and introducing themselves, and we just gonna get right into it, y'all.
What's up, everybody? Another day, another dollar. Here to make you holler, laugh, cry, whatever you want to do. Mr. Make It Do What It Do in the building. Mr. On One, Mr. In and Out, because my internet be flopping up sometime. But hey, we gonna still make it happen.
All right. I feel you. And we got the cat lady in the house now. The catnip. The meow might be a little rough today, but guess what? We still love her the same. Come on with it, pretty lady.
Meow, meow, everybody. Oh, yes, I am tired. I have been partying since Thursday with some of my family members on the University of Fayetteville State. And it's been a blast. I had a really, really good time. But I hope to just hang in there with my podcast group this evening and give y'all a great show as well. Hope you brought a friend. If you didn't, go back out and bring one in. We are here and we are ready to roll. Meow.
Right, there it is. She been out there partying, as Leon like to say, out there in them streets. She been out there. Okay. Producer extraordinaire, beautiful lady. Talk to him.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you are coming to enjoy the show that we're gonna bring to you guys this evening. As Mario said, just look up our shoulder, and for all the information is there. But it's still, you can reach us out to us at atotalview22@gmail.com, and once again, that website is totalview22.com. Check us out.
Let me just say for the record, from this point forward, you can't fuck this up no more when you just literally look into the camera.
You can't either.
I don't never try. I've been stopped trying. Okay, thanks for pointing that out, Mama D. Talk to him, pretty lady. What you got going on?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Some of the Rugrats are here, and some of them are still out in the street. The cat lady been catting around all weekend long, and I must say she was catting around with the Greek folks, because she was at all the Greek tents, all the male Greek tents at Fayetteville State.
I was at the ladies' tents too.
You didn't show them to us when you did your little video.
You were just looking at the men. I did show you some ladies.
I was only looking at the men because that's what you were showing on the camera.
You know what? Don't tell the truth.
You and Madeline out catting around. And as for Leon, now he missed the in and out, but he using that on his computer. But I don't think that's what his in and out is for. But we're gonna let him go with that. And with that being said, thank you for coming. We're gonna have a fantastic show.
Wow.
You know, number 12 is rolling.
Number 12.
Number 12 is rolling, shots fired.
So
Oh
Leon,
The
my
what,
number
what
the number 12, the number 12 has been in the garage just too long.
it
It's
has.
time for the hey, we can't let no dust roll on the no cobwebs get on the wheel. So it needed to, you know how your daddy used to say, I'm just gonna take the car out and blow it out for a little bit. We blowing out the number 12 today.
Ooh-wee.
Okay. I mean, even though last week it got brought out a little bit when, Marlena told Mitch about them reform whores at his church. So it got brought out.
Uh,
And of all things, he should know where the reform whores are. He go to the organization. I mean, he goes to the church.
Now,
on a regular basis.
so if you are a reform hoe or whatever you want to call yourself, and you want to
Or
share with us, just hit us up in our inbox. You know, on Facebook, anywhere out there. You see us back here, right? Just hit us up.
And please, we will keep, a certain level of anonymity. You don't have to say your name or anything like that. You can just start it off with, I'm a reform
I'm a
whore.
reform hoe.
Hi, I'm a reform hoe.
y'all know what?
Oh God.
That
And
plays
just
too
for the
funny. Go ahead.
record, I was not shooting fire at him. I was just giving proper, I mean, I was just, seeing where
It
you
is.
from him.
See,
Hey,
when you can't
Marlena.
get it out like that, when you don't quite
It
know what
is
you're
what
doing,
it is.
you were shooting fire.
honestly was not, I honestly was not shooting fire at him.
Okay.
He
All
you were
said,
right.
just
where did you
being
find him?
positive.
And I was like, you know, at your church. And when I said it, I didn't mean just his church. I mean anybody's church.
Well, of all people, he should know he on the ministerial staff. I mean, come on now. Now, if you want to call that a shot fire, boom.
Oh wow.
Okay. I like the energy of today's show. We started off great.
Oh,
Oh,
y'all
my
got to
God.
Hilarious.
excuse me. I've been drinking scotch, y'all.
I can tell.
Oh wow.
What they say, what the old folks say, it is what it is.
Here's what it is. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. So y'all know last week, if you listen to the podcast, we talked about the lady at the Cheesecake Factory and all of that. And, after the fact, I put the video in so people can have a point of reference, even though we talked about it. And I might do this because Miss Dianetta says she put it up in the group. So if y'all hear us talking about it kind of like in the past tense, that's because the video may be added after we talk about this. But Miss Dianetta has a update on the situation. So I turn it over to you, pretty lady.
Yes, yes, yes. She has put a rebuttal in. Her name is Alicia. And she has put in a rebuttal. And she looks totally different. She don't look all made up like she did last week in that video. She looked regular.
Oh,
Um, put a rebuttal. She was quite surprised that it was taken out. She felt like it was taken out of context. So she's on the Kevin Wesley show. I'm not familiar with him, but it is up on our website. So I did put it on the website. She and the young man Jay.
okay.
So this is what she said. She said that where she's from and where she was brought up was that the man is supposed to be the provider. If he is asking her to go out, then he is quote unquote courting her. To her, a provider means that whatever she wants is what he's supposed to get. Doesn't matter how much it costs or whatever, where she wants it, when she wants it, and how she wants it. Um, so she didn't feel like she was wrong. Now she felt like after listening to it and seeing herself on the video and hearing other people's comments, she felt her approach was wrong, and she did admit that she may have disrespected Jay. Um, but when she was asked by the host if she still feels like she was too good to go to the Cheesecake Factory, she said yes, because the group of people that she hang out with, they don't do that. They go to five-star restaurants. Well, when they show another part of the video that she didn't show, it showed that Jay had already made arrangements for them to go to a five-star restaurant, but he told her he was going to pick her up at 4. He was there at 4 o'clock. She was not ready. She made him wait a whole hour in his car because she
Oh,
said she didn't know him well enough for him to come into her house while she was getting dressed. He didn't have a problem with that. His only problem was it would have made them late for their um
Reservation.
reservation. So since he had to wait an hour, and he said that they charge if you are late for your reservation, he called and canceled the reservation. So his second choice was the Cheesecake Factory. He said she made him wait an hour. Then she finally came down and got in the car. And then when they drove up to the Cheesecake Factory, that's when she started performing, saying that she was too good. Look at me, I'm too good to go into the Cheesecake Factory. So as the video kept rolling, she then asked him, "Well, don't you have?" And then he showed her where they were going to go, and she said, "Oh, well, I will go there. Call them." He said, "I'm not calling them because that's where I had the reservation before." And she said, "Well, call them to see if they have a reservation now." He said, "No, because now I feel disrespected." And she said, "You don't have any other recourse?" He said, "No, I'm going to take you home." And she was quite concerned that he wouldn't take her anywhere else. Well, the Cheesecake Factory was the plan B. So he said it was either going to be Cheesecake Factory or nothing, because she wasn't calling the shots, because he was paying for the meal. So then the host asked him if that has had any effect on his dating. Now he said a lot of people, everybody has seen it, of course. So he said he wasn't really getting that many dates before, but after that, he's not getting any dates. Now they asked her to look back on what she did and does she have any regrets. She said she regretted how she said it and the way she said it,
But she
but
didn't.
she still feels like the Cheesecake Factory is not a place to be taking someone on a first date when you're trying to make an impression. He said that he felt like that was the place because they didn't know each other. They would get to know each other. And as things went on, he said his purpose of court, so quote unquote, courting people, courting a woman is see if that person is valid enough to have a long lasting relationship. And he said she's not the type of person. And so they asked her, will there be a second date? And she said, perhaps. And he said, no.
Ooh, shut her
okay.
down.
Okay. Bro, you want to unwrap this? Because some of the stuff you said, Miss Donetta, is some of the stuff we actually said and addressed about courting and getting to know each other and stuff like that. So I mean, clearly, it wasn't right. But Leon, you want to undress? Because I already know where he went wrong from the jump.
Right. But I watched I watched the short version and the long version of the interview that she had, what they had
Mm-hmm.
at the Kevin's Guy show.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thank you for
like
telling me the name. I couldn't, because I didn't know him, so I didn't remember the name. Thank you.
yeah. And like I said in my comment when I posted the video, she made herself look 10 times worse because she wanna sit up here and say, talking about, well, the way I was raised and courting, when a man courts a woman, he buys her anything she wants. When your mama was courting whoever she was courting, guarantee, and she talking about that she didn't feel as though she trusted him or whatever. When your mama was courting the men she was courting, and even your daddy guaranteed that she gave up the ass on the first date, if not the second. And you wasn't trying to do neither one. Talking about going to a 5-star restaurant. Hell, when your mama was courting, she was lucky to goddamn me get McDonald's meal, Wendy's, or whatever around the way corner restaurant was in the neighborhood. She was lucky to get that, and she would have been happy with it. It ain't had to be 5-star. She'd have probably want to be 1-star. But you feel as though that you deserve more than that. Why? Because you got it in your mind that you better than who? You ain't better than him. You ain't better than your mama. And you ain't better than any other women in the world. Because, like I said last week, Cheesecake Factory is a very nice establishment. It has great decor, good food, and even better desserts. And the menu is not cheap. Just because it is a chain restaurant, I get that point, but even these 5-star restaurants, if they anything worth their while, they're a chain restaurant too. So you don't want to go to them either, huh? Let's just call a rabbit and a dog, because goddamn it, like I said, a restaurant, whether it's nationwide or location wise or area wide, if it's got more than one restaurant of the same name, it is considered a chain restaurant.
Right.
So
yeah.
So we're talking about you don't go to chain restaurants, so you don't go nowhere. So that means you at your house cooking all the goddamn time. So that means you should have invited him up to your house, up to your apartment, and sat down and cooked him a meal. But she probably couldn't do that because she don't look like she know how to cook any goddamn.
Oh.
Oh, let's just be real about the shit.
Oh.
She don't look like she cook. She don't look like she do nothing but put makeup on her face, fake eyelashes on, and a whole bunch of weave in her head. Let's just be real about the shit, you know. And then you say I look too good. No, you don't. You look like a clown, if you ask me. But that's neither here nor there. And then, like I said, like Ms. Donnell said, she gonna say, yeah, it's possible we could go out on the second, because you done heard everything that everybody say about your trifling ass. That how you ought to be ashamed of yourself, and how you ought to be this and how you ought to be that. Grateful that a man would even consider taking you out with your stank ass attitude. Because I know 3 women right now on this podcast. If a man said, "Hey, let me take you out," regardless of where y'all was going, if he said, "Hey, I want to take you out," I'm quite sure y'all would be appreciative wherever he took y'all out at. Wouldn't lock him out his own vehicle as he was coming around to open up the door so you could get out.
Yes.
This ain't your vehicle. This is his vehicle. You locked out of his own vehicle. Rolled down your window and said, "We need to talk about this." You fucking crazy. See, at that point in time right there, when I walked back around the guy and I said, "Yeah, we need to talk," I'd have been down at 911. This bitch is crazy. She done tried to steal my car. You need to get out and start walking before the police get here. Because once they get here, you black, I'm white, you might get shot. That's just being real about it.
I mean, look, man. Like we said last week, y'all made some good points. You make some good points right now. Cause like you said, one, you only feel a certain type of way because everybody on you, right? Then, like you said, he took him out. Then you decided to record this man. This wouldn't even be here if you didn't feel the need to put this man on Front Street. This wouldn't even be an issue.
Trying to make him look bad.
Yep. If you did try to embarrass him. So now he's saying, like Ms. Donetta said, now he can't get dates because all the gold digging girls who probably were gonna give her, but Chad feel like, nah, I don't want to do because he this particular way. So it could all go back to this to me. Leon, let me ask you a question. If that little girl would have had you standing out there waiting on her out, would you would have lasted to an hour waiting on her ass, man?
No.
No.
15 minutes. If I get And I think what happened, Ms. Donetta, he said the date was originally scheduled for 5 o'clock. He got there an hour early to give her plenty of time to be ready, and they get to get to where they were going, so that they could sit down first prior to going in
Right.
and talk about, discuss everything, and get to know each other while they were waiting on their reservation
Right.
to come. Then once they got in, they were going to eat and continue on the conversation if the date went along well.
Yeah.
But no, he gets there, like I said, he get there an hour early. She ain't ready. Then she take a whole nother hour. And then, okay, like he said, he's sitting there waiting. I'm like, damn, I've been out here waiting an hour. Our reservation at such and such time. We ain't gonna make it because we got to go a whole nother 30 minutes before we even get there. And it's 10 minutes till. No,
Yep.
let me call to cancel this because I'm finna be out of X amount of money. So instead of me being out of X amount of money and then still have to pay for a date, no, let me just be out of this little bit amount of money I'm finna spend on wherever we going. I ain't finna pay double for nothing. And like I said, back in the day when her mama was out there courting and being who she was on the first date, she probably gave it up a couple times. On the second date, she probably gave it up a couple times. But she already knew from the word, before even the word jump even popped off, she wasn't giving them nothing. And she didn't want to give up the conversation.
Yeah. But if you say the group of people you hang out with, I don't know how old this is, but that's some child shit. I run by the beat of my own drum. I'm not worried about this group of people saying that I ate at. And that's one. And two, are you really used to eating at 5-star restaurants if you don't know how reservations work?
Right.
So if all that just makes me beg that, is this stuff you saying, or do you really get high caliber guys, A1 type guys doing stuff for you? Because a woman who figure I'm finna go to Maggiano's or somewhere that's 5-star, well, no, I ain't missing this goddamn reservation. If this is where I want to go, this you saying to your end all be all, you not gonna make this man miss this.
Right.
And
And not only that, why you wasn't ready when he got there? Because I'm quite sure he told you what time he was going to pick you up. I mean,
now
that's the given. The
her
proper thing.
her excuse was that she got off work later than what she was planning on getting off work. But then later, like I say, she made herself look 10 times worse because when she said that later on in the interview, when he asked her again, she said, I ended up staying longer than what I was anticipating. And that threw me to be later. But you already knew this man was coming to get you at a certain time. What you still want to stick around and continue to work for just for free will, just because you want to? If I know it's Friday, I'm finna go on a date at 7 o'clock and I get off at 5, or I get off at 4. 4 o'clock come. No, 3:30 come. I'm standing by the clock, getting ready to clock out. I ain't goddamn me sitting at my desk 4 o'clock. Oh, well, I got another 15 minutes. It's cool. Well, I got another 30 minutes. It's cool. Then look up and it's an hour later. Oh, let me get to the house and get ready to go on this date that I'm supposed to be at home already getting ready for. No, like I said, that goes back to that. What you really mean and what you really want to do, as opposed to what you're doing.
Yep.
On that note, I can't. On that note, I can't see getting maybe tied up at work with doing something.
But you need to call him and let him know that.
And let them know. Yeah, that's what you need to call a person and let them know. And also the proper thing would to do, even though yes, you might have not been comfortable with him coming in his house, but you don't leave nobody sitting outside for no hour waiting on you to come out. That's totally wrong. The proper thing was to do in that situation, either you go invite him in to wait on you, or you're gonna ask him to come back and pick you up, or tell him that you will meet him there. That you went about this all totally wrong, just totally wrong. All get go. And to not accept a meal at the Cheesecake Factory, you crazy as hell. That's all I gotta say about that because she's stupid. Regardless of whether her what her rebuttal say, there are still no excuses that you can give to to be to treat this man the way that you treated him. You were wrong. You were still wrong. I'm gonna continue to say you were wrong because you were wrong.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and then the rebuttal that she gave, the short form, when she put it on there, she really wasn't saying nothing. She wasn't talking about nothing. She was
Mm-mm.
just vague as fuck. And then she
Mm.
just then she hit you with the, well, I'm gonna be on the show later on this evening, and you can watch the full interview. Basically, you're just trying to get some damn publicity for yourself. Because if you had a rebuttal,
Which is going bad. It's going bad. She making herself look stupid. Just like Jada making herself look stupid, you're making yourself look stupid.
mhm,
But you remember just last week, me and you was talking, Andrew, and you said somebody, about, look, just, if somebody don't show up, just call me, tell me, because that's the first thing women say. If a man, if you can't come, don't stand me up, don't ghost me, don't be a no call, no show. Tell me something. Even if you gotta disappoint me, tell me something so I ain't gotta be sitting here fully dressed, waiting on you. Cause I've had some women, like, they might be running late, but they might be in the other room. Y'all is having a conversation while she putting the final touches on to what she doing. You can't see her, but y'all still having a conversation or something, while you sitting there, something other than having me sit out in that car for a whole hour. Cause that's got to be a good guy who still was there. I'm telling you, at about 30 minutes, I'm like, sorry, I would have sent you a message or called you or something, say, we're going to have to redo this call. Especially if this was the summertime, you crazy as
I was
hell.
just getting ready to say that with the temperatures that we have had this summer, oh my God. And what if he ain't got no air in his car? Oh, baby.
I
So,
say it just like work. 15 minutes, you late, don't even bother. Just call in or whatever. I ain't even, I ain't even give you 15 minutes, 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes, and you ain't out. Look, I'm gone. I'll holler at you later. Maybe next time. This ain't what it was
mm-hmm.
made out to be.
Yep.
I'll holler.
Yep.
My question
One
is,
thing,
young
I'm
lady,
probably hungry any motherfucking way.
my question is this, young lady, what are you actually out there looking for? Because you had somebody that was willing to take you out on a date and you screwed that up.
Well, in all actuality, she did say, and Leon can back me up since he saw it. She actually said, "I'm looking for a provider." That's what she said.
Yep. And like I
Okay,
said,
go ahead.
like I said, she putting herself up on a pedestal that she
I
can't
was
don't
just
even
gonna
know what
say,
it's all about. Because like I said, to have a provider, that means that you know what this man is capable of, and that he's gonna be there for you. And you are willing to give up more than just your time. And you really wasn't able to get that up because you screwed over his time. So she don't know what a provider is. Or she didn't take heed to when her mama was teaching her or grandma was teaching her what a provider is and how she's supposed to spot and how she's supposed to treat one, because
Yep. Yep.
she missed that lesson.
Yep. And I
and
say that all the time. And it took me a long time to understand that if you're gonna be the provider and you with somebody, I'm gonna need you, woman, baby girl, whatever. I need the auxiliary services that come with me being the provider, right? And when I
right.
say that, I'm talking about to make sure, if ever so often, I ain't saying you gotta cook and clean and do all that stuff, like to the bone stuff. But every so often, make sure I got something to eat or some lunch. If I'm the end all be all provider, just provide the auxiliary stuff for me. That's if I'm doing the heavy lifting, you do the little stuff. You know what I mean? That's all I ask.
Yep.
But some women today don't know how to accept just that.
Yeah, yeah. Marlena, are you up for joining this discussion?
Am Mario. Um, at the very beginning of when we talked about it the last time, I said that I would enjoy a burger and a fry.
You
You
did?
know, I did say that. I said, as long as the company is good, I'm getting to know you, you're getting to know me, we're having a really good time. That is basically what the date is all about. It ain't about the price of the food, the kind of restaurant. I mean, you don't want to go to the slum restaurant. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
a decent, clean restaurant where there is 1 star, 5, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. I like them. I like them all. Um, Burger King would have been great for me for a first date and having or some coffee and and a coffee cake. Uh, a glass of wine and some chips and salsa. Whatever. You know, it just doesn't make sense to um bang over the head for a first date when you may not even like each other. You know,
Right.
you may not even the date may not even go well. You may not even like each other. I think if I think a simple meal, a less expensive meal is great for a first date. And then then if y'all hit it off really well, maybe you go somewhere nicer the next time, and maybe a little nicer the next time. Or whatever. But you don't make yourself unappreciative when somebody is going out their way to get to know you.
Yep.
And
And
especially when
and
you're in those getting to know each other phase. When you're in
yes,
that
that's
phase,
what I was about to say.
And
And
you
like what
engage.
Leon say, it's not like he was taking you. He was doing everything that y'all say you want a man to do. He got out and said, "Hey, I'm gonna get that door for you." Then, but like you said, we live in an age where she felt the need to put this man on blast and start recording. And he was even cool about it. Oh, you recording me? Okay, cool, cool. Well, I'll get back in. We could talk about it. He still would cook. More people would have like, man, more people would have like, Shawty, what you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? You record me? I mean, the dude was cool with it through and through. Cause
He
that
was
at that
he
point,
was
you letting the world know you trying to embarrass this man.
Right.
right, being
he
petty,
kept it
petty, being petty, and what has all of that brought back is brought negativity back to you.
yeah. He kept his
Everything that
cool.
she was trying to do, everything that she's trying to do by embarrassing this man is falling apart on her. It's all coming back to you. You don't do that.
And
But
she's
unfortunately,
ranting and raving and you know s- s- and still doesn't have to spend a dime. You know,
yep.
um, he's still willing to take you out even though you're late. You were late getting dressed. you know he didn't say anything about that. He said, okay, well, I'll just go on and uh with a plan B and take her out and take her somewhere else, and still a decent meal, not the 5 star restaurant that she wants to go to, but still a really decent meal. And you're still gonna act up.
Clown. Try
Jesus
to clown.
Christ.
Ugh.
You don't know, girl. You may have just missed the best thing that could have ever happened to you.
Might have missed the
Yes.
husband.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know. I heard a lot of women say that sometimes when a man can't have the original thing going, y'all know he didn't even have no backup plan, no plan B. What we were gonna do? This man had a plan B.
Yeah, plan B.
He had a plan B. Instead of y'all just sitting in the car trying to figure out, so what you want to eat? I don't really like that. You sure? He had a plan B.
Right. And to be honest about it, he had a plan C too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your ass on to the house because this shit ain't working. And I'm gonna go get me something to eat. How about that?
Oh,
A plan C your ass later.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Right.
Oh. All right.
Shit.
Well, Miss Dinetta, put a bow on this thing for us. How you see it? How you see the recap?
Well, I don't know whether she's really seen the error of her ways, But just as a PSA for all of you other young ladies out here, a provider is not a person that will spend money on you at your beck and call. That's not a provider.
Exactly.
Sucker
When
up.
that's called a sugar daddy. Now, if you want to be a sugar baby, that's fine. But if you
Or
trying
what
to
that
get somebody and be
what
in a relationship with somebody, um, allow him to be the man and make that choice. And when he feels it necessary to buy something for you, he will. And if he asks you out for a date, yeah, expect for him to pay for it because he asked you. But as far as dictating where you can go, now if you have food allergies and certain things you can't, and you can't have seafood and you can't be around seafood, that's something totally different. But some of these young ladies have just gone too far. And I don't think she still sees the error of her ways, and I don't think she's going to change. She may change her approach about it, but she still feels the same way.
Yes.
Mm, yeah, I mean, and that's why sometimes we be telling y'all when y'all be saying, I can't believe y'all ain't got women that have done this for you, never did this for you, never done that for you. We be trying to tell y'all that this is what's out here. When y'all be saying, how y'all be, you mean to tell me a woman never gave you a gift, a woman never massaged you, never did this? See, this shit out here.
But see, what you're saying, that my thing is the energy that you want them to project to you, we need to we not only do we reciprocate that, but we need to project that energy out to you. How else are we going to tell you that we like that other than sleep with you? I mean, you don't have to sleep with somebody to let them know that you like what. Am I making myself clear? It's just
Definitely have to feed into a person what you're willing to receive.
right.
You know, um, you can't just freeload around here and get what you want. Like, oh, I don't do this. I won't do that. I won't do
You
this. I
want
don't
them
do that.
right. I
I,
agree. You want
I,
them to romance you, but you don't want to romance them back. I think
I
that's
don't do that.
foolish.
I don't do that either. So, well, then if you don't do nothing, go get you a don't do nothing man.
But every week
Shit.
we keep showing y'all these videos of what the general consensus of how women, not all women, let me be fair about this, not all women, but how a lot of younger women are seeing things that as long as something financial or something is attached to that they getting from it, that's what they feel they deserve, not want or feel that they've earned or anything. They feel that they deserve it. I will accept nothing less than you emptying your bank account for me on the first date. I will accept nothing less. They feel they deserve.
And you ain't getting nothing in return for this.
Nope. Nope. Okay. All right, we'll leave that because we could talk about this all night right here.
Okay.
Okay, this will be the for the night.
Well, the only thing I got to say about it, girl, you sure messed up.
Yes, you did.
You need to go. She needs to go back and reevaluate.
It's too late. He ain't
What it
stunned
is.
her.
No, not with her, with him per se. Reevaluate, just reevaluate your whole dating status. I'm like serious.
Well, look, now that she been on the World Wide Web, she may have a problem trying to get a date. I just, hey, who knows?
There's gonna be a dummy out there that's gonna
Let
be
them
like,
let
oh,
them blow over. This will
but
blow over in a couple of months. Let this blow
but the
over.
world we
Let this
live
blow over.
in,
You just go back to
somebody
your
feel
tail.
that they can. She won't do me like that. I could change him. That's that whole theory. Like he would talk about, like Mitch was talking about Superhead. You don't think her reputation was out? Everybody still wanted a piece of it, even though they know everybody done ran up and through and under her. But the reputation was she was the best at what she do, so people wanted it. So somebody out there feel like I could tame her, I could take it.
Well, you go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, whoever.
Oh man. All right, so switching it up real quick. All right, let me get this in here because I know this is gonna be controversial to a certain degree. So I'm gonna play the thing where the BBW woman was telling all the big girls how to bathe, because she was like, some of y'all don't know what y'all doing out there. It's certain things and utensils, certain tools and accessories that
Not utensils.
What kind
yeah,
of utensils? What kind of utensils, Mario?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say utensils. But she felt that she just being honest and telling the truth, and so she received so much hate and stuff, but she said she's still going to continue to doing it, because there are some people, maybe she was like young girls who maybe be kind of got a little extra weight on, but maybe not be so into how to clean themselves. So I'm just gonna play it, and y'all kind of just tell me what y'all think about it. Yeah, keeping our fingers crossed, y'all. That
I got an attitude already. I ain't never seen it.
Okay,
Right?
tell me why you got it. Tell me why you got an attitude. That's what I
got
want.
an attitude because I've been a big girl all my life. My mama was a big girl, and she taught me how to clean myself. So I got an attitude about it. But go ahead on and play it. I want to hear this.
Okay.
Oh, y'all about to learn how to wash your ass the right way today, because I'm sick of it. Let's go. On today's episode of Bathing with a Big Back, I'm about to show y'all some of the essential items needed when it comes to cleaning a bigger body. Now would be the perfect time to save this video or get a pen and paper. The first and most important item every big girl should have in their shower is a detachable shower head, preferably one that's high powered, because you won't need it. The biggest mistake that any big girl can make is thinking that our shower routines are going to look like everybody else. Make sure your detachable shower head got a long cord. Why? Because we got a lot of body to reach around. Now we got a lot of heavy lifting to do. Don't be afraid to pick that stomach up and get up under it. Get all up under it. And in between them rolls. Hello. The detachable shower head is meant to get in between the cracks and the crevices. It being up here wouldn't be able to reach. Are we here? Okay. Shower head in one hand, take your other one, spread that ass. Next, you're going to need your exfoliating gloves. If you don't own a pair, get them now. These ones help break up all that dead skin a lot easier than a regular ass washcloth with. If you somebody who be dropping the rag, this is the time where you utilize how free your fingers are. Lather them motherfuckers up real good and get in this. For any people who believe that this video is not necessary, you a hater. And you really mad at the fact that perm took out all your edges and now they refuse to grow back. Mind your business. I can't stress how important this next step is. In your shower, every big girl needs to have something that they can throw that leg up on. See that right there? Boom. Hike that big motherfucker up. When we walk, our thighs rub. So that's heat being generated. That's more dirt buildup, which happens a lot faster than it would for somebody who was small. Now, my shower a little bit tighter than I would like it to be, but you can bet your fat ass I be in here getting to it. I don't care if you got to lean back, pick that stomach up, shift it to the side, get up in me. Because I don't think y'all ever smoked up under a stomach that has not been washed properly. Don't find out by yourself. Just take my word for it. And if this is too much for you to look at right now, grow the fuck up. Because that's probably the reason you walking around smelling like spoiled milk and cottage cheese now. Don't piss me off. And last but not least, get you a back scrubber. Why, you may ask? Because your back big as shit. And you gonna need a middleman to tag in when your arms get tired. Personally speaking, my arm reach to body width ratio is crazy. I got little T-Rex arms. So this come in handy. Hello. Now I hope y'all put what I taught y'all today to good use if you haven't been already. I love y'all. That's why I make content like this. Each one teach one. All right, now y'all be easy. Big back out.
First of all, I want to say this.
I want to say, go ahead, Suge.
She had a lot of good points in there. Don't get me wrong, but her delivery was all wrong. Your delivery was all wrong, sis. First of all, bathing with a big back, you couldn't come up with a better name than that. Come on now, really? You're trying to teach women something, but you're steady insulting them on the flip side of that. Why? What are you doing? Go back, like your concept, go back, redo your whole video, because you do got a big ass back. Yes, you do. You do. I'm sorry about that. But I ain't been big all my life. But yeah, I know how to clean myself. Like I said, you do got to do a lot of some good stuff in there, but your delivery, baby, that ain't working. That's not working. And especially if you want younger girls to see this video, they might take offense to some of the things that she has said.
Okay. So you think that the hate that came her way was warranted?
Yeah, but yeah, it was. It was.
Okay. Marlena, how you see it?
I'm on the same page as Andrea. Your execution was poor. Your points was valid. Uh, but you should have been just a little bit more. Um, I don't know. What's the word? The word I should use? Um, I don't know. Just a little bit more.
Finesse. She should have had a little bit more finesse.
Thank you. A little bit more finesse about it because um, if you want people to hear what you have to say, then you have to uh, make your execution and delivery a way where people would want to listen to you, you know, and not uh, be so harsh about what you're trying to say. It was done very poorly. Like I said, very valid points, but it was done poorly.
Okay. All right, Miss Dinetta, going in, you said that you felt some type of way without even seeing it. Now that you've seen it, do you still feel some type of way or what?
Definitely. And, Andrea said that she hasn't been a big girl all her life. I have. In my circle of friends, I was always the biggest one in the group. And what she said, her delivery was crash, and it was rude and disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because big girls are beautiful too. And I'm
Mhm.
not saying that just because I'm a big girl, but I'm saying it because it's true. Look at all the big girls who got men. Somebody out there like them.
Mhm.
Right.
And all of them out there don't stink because I'm one of them.
You sure ain't?
And yes, she did have some valid points. And yes, there's more to us to watch than the little skinny girls. But it was her delivery. Her delivery was just terrible.
It
Okay.
was.
Before I get
And go
Leon
rethink that bathing suit. Go rethink your bathing suit too.
okay, well, you know, I'm gonna give Leon a chance to answer this first. Go ahead, bro. What you thought about it?
Uh, I'm on the page with all the ladies.
Christmas tree.
Because
Can you put up a
one,
real one or Mhm.
Mitch,
Mitch, can you please mute?
Got to mute for a
Thank
second,
you.
Mitch.
I'm on the page with the ladies because, for one, as a big girl, you know, we know that big girls have some stigmas about themselves anyway. And we know that in society they are looked at in a certain way anyway, from as opposed to the little girls, as she said, because of their size. And all the big girls that I know and have known throughout my lifetime have been some of the better kept hygienically wise than these little bitty skinny girls that's running around here thinking that they shit is just on point and on fleek or whatever they call
Mm.
it. They carry themselves in a much better way than the little girls. And they dress nicer, they look nicer, they're always kept together. And the way her delivery about the whole situation, even though it was, I guess, as she said, you know, this is what she say something about grow up and understand that this is life or this reality or something she said.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that we grown and we have to address stuff in a certain way. But at the same time, by you being a big girl yourself, you should be wanting to, say it to where everybody can understand you and won't hold no offense to nothing that you're saying, because once she started talking and the way she was talking, everybody got offended. Even if you was a big girl, little girl, a man or a woman, you was offended by the way she was saying the
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I agree. I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was just outlandish. And like the lady said, hey, we know that we have to do certain things, and we have how we got to, clean ourselves and do this and do that. Okay, some of the stuff that you were saying really was, it was good points, but your delivery, your punchline, being over brash or over brazen about the shit. Yeah, some people not are used to that from women, for one, big girls for two, and then just even though that the world is accepting the big girls now, and things that they say and things that they do, it's still for as like what's the girl name?
Lizzo.
Yeah, Lizzo, but she was a fad for a minute, and now she's goddamn me then went off the deep end. So they leaning back towards the little skinny girls with the big booty.
Yes, Lord. She has.
But I
So
bet you a dime to a dollar though, Leon. If a man had told her that same thing the way she said it, she would be totally upset.
yeah, she
And
was
ready to fight.
ready to
Yeah,
fight, ready
yeah,
to cuss him out.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that too.
Mind your
That too.
goddamn business. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I'm just saying, some shit you need to say. If you're gonna say it, like I say, some shit that I say, I say it in a joking way, but I don't be so brazen about it. And then sometimes you have to be brazen about what you say. What
Yeah.
she was saying wasn't the moment that she needed to been brazen about it. She needed to been more finessed about it.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it's several ways you can look at that, because a lot of people, when I was reading some of the comments saying that even though people were mad at her, she said the type of thing that this type of generation can get with. They used to being talked to like this. They used to coming at it from because in her mind, she swore she was coming at it from a comical way, right? She thought
Yeah.
that,
Nah.
Wasn't
that's
comedic,
the way
but
she
there was
thought.
nothing comedic about that.
But
But
she,
see,
in her mind, though, perception, that's how she thought she was being. And she thought she was being informative and comedic at the same time. But people made it personal about what she had on and all this type of stuff. So, along with the message, do y'all have any issue with what? Because 80% of the comments saying she wrong, dead wrong for wearing that and being on camera. I mean, did y'all feel any type of way about what she had on?
I really couldn't see
Well,
what.
being a big girl, she should have known that wasn't the outfit for her to wear.
Right. That's why I said rethink your bathing suit. Cause no, no.
I
Regardless of
think
whether she was trying to give instructions on how to bathe her, how big girls should bathe themselves, you still should. She shouldn't. No, no, just no. Rethink your bathing suit, please. Just FYI.
Okay, what were you saying,
But thank
Marlene?
you for not being new.
I, I'm just pretty much what Andrea said in a different way. I I think you know I think she should have had on something else. I think that she would have been able to give her demonstration without everything hanging all out, you know. But uh if I can see uh in another light if she was trying to do that from a comical standpoint, even though some of us may not have found it funny, some other people may have. But then there are girls too who are kind of timid, you know, especially our younger generations who are big girls. At that age, most of overweight young girls are kind of timid about about their weight, and so that would not be a good way to come at them. You know,
No.
you know, more confident women, you know, may have seen it, could have seen it as a joke, but but girls who are less confident and, like I said, and kind of timid, kind of quiet, you know, maybe perhaps or whatever, may not have taken that so well.
Mhm.
Y'all know in the comments that in the video she mentioned something about some bathing gloves. Do you know so many people never heard of that? In the comments, everybody kept asking, "Where do you get the bathing gloves from?" And even in my defense, I ain't never heard of bathing gloves.
Oh
Yeah, the
wow,
loofah gloves.
wow.
I have some
I
loofah
got some
gloves.
too. I was gonna say I
Yeah,
have some and I love them, and
I do too.
they even have the exfoliating bath cloths as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, but so it goes to show you that for how messed up it came across. Cause I mean, yeah, it's some definitely bullet points in there that was made good, but as we say about perception, sometimes don't matter what the truth is, it's about how people perceive it.
That
Sometimes,
is correct. That is
you
correct.
Right.
know. So,
Yeah,
but it goes to show you that some people did take some from us because people kept asking about those gloves.
You
So
can get them from Walmart.
yeah.
Right. They sell them.
Yeah.
They sell them in Walmart, and I think I've even seen some in the Dollar Tree.
I was
I
gonna say
think
the
I
Dollar
have
Tree
too.
has them too.
Well, yep.
No, they
but
left
look
Amazon.
look at all of y'all.
Amazon.
Y'all above a certain age. How many young people you think know about bathing gloves?
Yeah, they better look on it. Put it in Amazon.
Well, that's why I said I don't see anything wrong with what she said. It was just her delivery, and and I hate um, that she did kind of do it that way because a lot of people probably stopped listening to her or passed by her video because of how she was speaking and didn't get the full um, information.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's one of them type of thing where I
'Cause
think
I'm
she was in.
telling you,
Go ahead,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Because I'm telling you, there have been um, some videos that have come across my phone, and as soon as I hear how people are talking, I'm just be like, I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to listen to that.
Mhm.
I don't want to hear nobody talking like that. You know, so I don't even half the time know what they were even about to talk about.
Right.
But that's you. This generation is used to, a younger generation is used to all these old crazy, weird, out the box videos and people talking about weird, just they used to it. But I'm like you, because the boys will bring me stuff, and soon, like you said, 5 or 10 seconds into it, man, go on with that crap. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to, but to them it's funny. To them
Yeah,
it's hilarious. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So what's the give? What's the give to that? As far as, like, I know y'all say the delivery was wrong, but how should she have done it? She really was, if her heart was in the right place, trying to teach, a BBW woman how to bathe themselves. How should she have said it, Miss Donnell?
She should have done it in a more classroom like manner, if for lack of another word for it, more of a teaching manner than you know
A little more.
most big girls who have well, they call them fupas now, where they have the belly hanging off. They know they got to lift up their belly to. They should know that.
Okay.
And any other roles and any other crevices that they may have, they know they need to lift and separate and all that other good stuff, and using loofah bath gloves to get the dead skin off of you, and And there is something, and see, she didn't do the whole thing because there's something that goes on behind that. Yes, you have to exfoliate. So now she's talking about bathing and exfoliating. Now, once you do that and you get out of the shower, then what you gonna do? They don't know what to do next. You need to moisturize your skin, whether you use coconut oil, whether you use cannabis oil, whether you use what is it, Bath and Body Works lotion, any type of Neutrogena oil, anything. You need to now you need to moisturize that skin because you've taken all that dead skin off and all that other stuff. That water has gotten into your skin, but once you rinse all that dead skin and stuff off, now your body your skin is thirsty. It is an organ too. The skin is an organ too. So
Yeah.
it is thirsty and it needs to be nourished as well. So oiling up your skin, whether it's baby oil, any of that, you have to moisturize. So if you're gonna do it right.
Okay, all right, I got you. But I think she said that she was gonna do like part 2s and 3, but she took so much flack that she was like, it discouraged her from jumping in
Because
there doing
let
it.
me ask you, gentlemen,
Part two
you
and
don't
three.
want a woman.
Part 2 and 3.
I know it don't take no 1, 2, and 3 just to show how a big girl how to bathe. It don't take all of that. I don't care if they weigh 500, 600 pounds. It
But
don't take
maybe
all
her
of that.
part 2 was gonna be moisturizing.
She could have done all of that when she was doing all that other mess with that little teeny bathing suit she had on. Uh, my question to the men were, okay, now you got a big girl, she didn't bathe. Nobody wants to get next to somebody that looks like an ash barrel or
Hell,
their
not an
skin
ash barrel.
and their skin is so rough because once we get out of the water, because water is not our friend.
A friend.
And
There you go.
that you need to moisturize your skin. Nobody wants to lay next to somebody whose skin is all rough and stuff.
And dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most people bathrooms have hard water in it.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
It's not the soft water like it's supposed to be. So once you take a bath, you have this, and you supposed to do all this stuff. You still have the film that's left on the soap and everything that you still have to.
There you
Like,
go.
I
Rinse
noticed
off.
no, you have to moisturize, else that skin's gonna continue to dry out, and you're gonna end up with skin issues like flaking skin, flaking
Hmm.
off and stuff because of the hard water.
And if you have a man that's worth his salt, he will assist you in all of that.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
Especially with the back exfoliation. Yes, yes, yes. So okay. All right. We got it. We'll move on to the next thing, y'all. We'll move to the next thing.
That's something else.
Yep. So I guess this is one of them type of questions right here for the guy.
35%
Why we make it?
fathers are active in their kids' lives. But there's only so much a man will tolerate from a woman. Only so much. So we go with the narrative, oh, your daddy wasn't there. Nobody asked the daddy. Everybody get the story from mom. Nobody ever asked daddy what happened.
What do you think about that, Leon? They say that the mom only gets the chance to tell the side of the story why the dad left. The dad never get a chance to tell his side of the story because it's only so much a man gonna take from a woman. Well, how do you feel about that?
Me and Ms. Donetta was talking about that prior to coming on to the show tonight, because I got a call from my oldest daughter earlier today, and yeah, it's a story that behind that, but but yeah, he's totally right, because I was in my first marriage. Me and my wife, we busted up. My daughter wasn't even a year old yet, and I was the type of father that was always. I have always told her, my daughter, well, told my ex-wife and told my daughter as she was getting older, if you need me, or if you if you ever need me, or you ever want anything, I'm always there. I'm only a phone call away. I'm not gonna be the one that's constantly calling and doing this here. But over the years, the mother made me out to be the bad guy. Like I threw her away and I didn't want to have nothing to do with her and nothing like this. And in my second marriage, it was the same way. You know, she basically brainwashed my daughters into telling them that, hey, your father don't really want y'all. He don't want to have nothing to do with you. But all men want to be there for their kids, regardless of what they have going on with the mother, or what the situation is with her. We are there for our kids, and the majority of us will be there for our kids. Whether it's financially or for it's time wise, anything like that. We will break our necks in order to be the father that we know that we can be, or we know that we have, the like like me and Mario have said many a times, we want to be the father that our fathers wasn't.
Amen.
Because we know what it's like. We know what we went through, and we don't want our kids to go through that. We don't
Amen.
want our kids to be in that same conundrum that we were in, to say, because we were the ones that was like, well, why is it that my daddy don't want to have nothing to do with me, or why he don't want to come around, or why when I call him, he don't want to come to do this, he don't want to come to do that, or he don't want to see me, or he don't want to see me do this, he don't want to see me do that. And we that's just something that we don't want. We never wanted for our kids. We never want to have them feel that type of way, or we never want to have them, look at us in a way that's negative. We always want to be in the best light, even though we be going through some shit. We can be going through some of the worst moments of our lives, but we ain't gonna let our kids see that, because we want to put on that persona that we the strongest men that they ever want to see in their life, that they ever want
Right.
in life. We bigger than the baddest man out there and all this other good stuff that we can be compared to, because like I said, we was brought up, when we see our fathers, we looking like, really, this nigga at all people, we don't want that.
Yep, that's true.
I agree.
Go
I
ahead,
agree
Miss.
with
Since
that
you
wholeheartedly.
didn't get a chance to chime in, how do you feel about it?
Well, it's kind of funny that you say that, because I felt that 100%, Leon. I really did, because my dad left my mom when I was 7 years old. I never forget it. I remember all the fighting and all the arguments. I remember my mom pulling the gun, trying to shoot him. I remember a whole lot of things, but I never ever remembered nothing about him saying what really happened until I got to be a man and asked him about it. And he told me that my mama told him that if he ever came around, she would make sure that he never saw us again. Now, I don't know how true that is, because my mom has been gone since I was 22. But the whole thing in a nutshell is, like Leon said, I never wanted to be anything like that. I always wanted to be in my children's life, and I always wanted to show a good role model type perspective to my children. You know, I've got four children, and I've raised every last one of them except one. I've been in all of them's life. I've tried to, but it's not easy. It's not easy being that person that's trying to do something, and you having to listen to somebody put you down, or say you're not this, or you're not that, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do that. And that's what happens to us. Now, I kind of feel sorry for some of these guys, because they're getting the short end of the stick. They really are. But some of these guys deserve some of the stuff they're getting, because they're really sorry and they're really not doing what they should be doing. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. You know, because I hate to say this, my dad probably didn't do the stuff he should have done, but I wasn't there. I don't know what he was going through, and I'm not going to try to make excuses for him, good or bad. But I'm going to say this to all the fellas that's out there right now. You know what you should be doing if you're doing it or if you're not doing it. The whole point in a nutshell is those kids did not ask to be here. We put them here. And so it's in our best interest to do the best we can do for these children while we can do it. Because when K comes, what we going to do? I
Yep.
feel sorry for a lot of kids, who don't have somebody in their life that they can sit down and talk to or sit down and tell how they feel about something, or just somebody just to listen to them, you know? And because I was one of those kids, I always find myself listening to children, listening to these guys 25 and under, so I could get a perspective of what they're feeling and try to chime in on my own perspective to make them understand what I went through is not too much different from what they went through. But at the same time, you still got to keep going because that's what makes you, that's what molds you into the person that you are when you get older. Is what you've been through to make you. I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm saying, because if you
Yeah.
don't go through nothing, you won't mold yourself into nothing. Because if everything's given to you, you're going to be a sorry individual because you never had to go through anything. So that's how I look at it. I look at it from that perspective. You know, I love my dad. I want him to be okay all the time, even though he didn't do what he should have done, but he's still my dad. He put me here. But in that same retrospect, I have to think about what I'm doing to my own children. I gave them too much, but at the same time, I made them understand that everything can be taken away from you in the blink of an eye. So you always have to be on your P's and Q's. And when you start having your children, do better than what I did. But think about what I've taught you into those teachings you put into your children.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't think, yeah. Go
no, I
ahead.
was going to say let's give the women a chance to look at that and kind of, since they've had a chance to dissect it and hear Leon say, and how do you feel about that, Andrea? Where most of the church usually just get the mama side, get the story from the mama, and not the father. How you feel about that?
Um, for me, there was no story to tell. Um, this whatever story that they were looking to, I directed them back to their dad. Actually, when they came to me asking me why this, why that, so actually, so um, there was no story for me to tell. And for a man to opt to sit there and say that he wasn't given an opportunity to tell his side of the story, you've always had an opportunity to tell your side of the story if you wanted to. So
Sometime.
yeah, if you want to be, you saying sometimes, but I'm gonna say it like this: you know that you have a child out there. You talk to when you have whatever conversation that you have with that child. When you have that conversation with that child, that is your opportunity to tell that child your side of the story if you choose to. So that's not having the opportunity to tell him or her your side of the story. That's not an excuse. You don't have no excuse for that because you have an opportunity to. You just choosing not to.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We'll put a pin in that one right there. How you feel about it, Marlena?
I have to disagree with Andrea a little bit on this one because there are women who keep their children away from their fathers and they
Yeah.
tell them all these stories about the father that may
Yes,
not
I
that
get
may
that, and
not
I understand ahead, Marlena.
that may not be true. Um, so
Well,
in that instance, you know, um, the fathers don't have the opportunity to tell their children their side of the story until later on in life. And at that point, maybe the children don't even, want to talk to them at a certain point, you know, because they feel that what their mother told them was the truth. Because what mother would lie to their children? Duh. But, um, so they have this belief from this person that they know has been their caretaker and their provider, but may have been feeding them the untruth all at the same time. So they have disrespect for that person, for that parent. And yeah, so the dads a lot of times don't get the opportunity to talk to their children and tell them, you know, what really what their side of the, I'm not gonna say what really happened, but their side of the story, um, because they weren't able to have the contact with the children like they wanted to. Um, I my children, uh, when things were not well, between uh, the absent parent of my children, I did tell them that in no way, if you even heard me say something, um, in my hours of venting that was not uh, uh, a good thing for you to hear, I apologize for it. And I let them know that in no way, shape, form, or fashion do you have to feel the way that I feel. These are my feelings. These are my feelings. You love your dad. If that's what you want to do, you have a relationship with your dad. That's what you want. I'm not going to keep you away from your father, you know. Um, but so, it's up to the two of you to have a relationship. And I did encourage that with them, even though, I had my different feelings. I encouraged the relationship between the two of them because they need to know them. They need to know who their cousins are. They have another whole side of the family besides mine. They need to know both sides of their family. Family is important to me, and and it should be for them as well. So I never tried to keep anything from them. So, they had the opportunity to hear their dad's side of the story as well.
Okay, cool. But let me double back to something Andrea said. Andrea, I will give you props for you saying if your kids came to you and asked you anything about the dad or what happened, you would say, go ask your dad.
Go ask
And
him.
that's props on you for not trying to control the narrative. And because some women want to control the narrative, because like Marlena said, who mama would lie to them? What mama don't want to be seen in a good light? You know what I mean? And I'll give you props for saying, hey, go ask him, because even though he could say some bullshit that ain't true, I mean, you could fix it and say whatnot, but saying go ask your dad was a that's a good thing. And back to what Marlena was saying, some women make it criminal for you to see your kids, file restraining orders against you, saying that you ain't good. It's things they can do to keep you from seeing your kids. Sure, it is.
Yeah, I know that there are things that can keep you from seeing your child, but what I'm saying is, if for one, let me go back. For one, mothers who are mad at the other person, at the daddies, they need to stop putting these kids in the middle of their issues. For
Right.
one, you don't do that.
True,
You
true,
don't put a
true.
child in adult mess. You don't do that. For me, when I would say go and ask your daddy, that's because I never once talked bad about my kids' daddy in front of them. Never did that to them. And and they would see, because they would see who their daddies are truly are as they grow along in life themselves. Let them decide on whether they want to have a relationship with their fathers or not. That's not your place to take. I didn't feel that was my place to take that away from them. And no mother should. If that child wants to have a relationship with that father, they should allow them to have their relationship with their father. Now, if that father doesn't want to have a relationship with that child, that's on him. You did your part by allowing them to try and have a relationship. Don't go throw up. Don't go throw shade just because you mad at him because he's left you or whatever have you. But allow them to have that relationship. That's why I said, as long as you having a relationship with your child and a conversation with them on a regular basis, there is no excuse for you not to tell your side of the story. That's
Right.
why I said that the way that I said it. You only
Oh,
tell that story if you want to.
okay. All right, Mama D. I know that's a lot to unpack, but what are your feelings on it?
Well, I didn't experience that. I had a two-family home, and most of the people that I grew up with in my neighborhood had two-parent homes. I do know some people who, um, and this has been since I've been an adult, who was only raised by their mom, and they have had some horror stories about when they finally just found out who their dad was, first of all, and then when they wanted to have a relationship with that man, the mother felt betrayed. The mothers feel betrayed.
Mm.
Um, I think it's a disservice to the children when you don't know who your parents are. Um, you don't have to get along with it. At some point in time, y'all did get along because you made that child. And
Right.
I think it's unfair to the children not to be able to have a relationship with the father, or who, if it's an absent mother. Um, some women go as far as having restraining orders and all that to keep the fathers from seeing their children, and I think that's unfair.
Well,
Yeah.
If it's an abusive relation, a friendship, if he's being abusive, then of course, yes, get a restraining order. But
Right.
just over some total normal BS, no, don't do that. You're cheating. They're cheating that child out of a relationship with their father. They're cheating that child out of having that close bond with their father. And who knows, just because your relationship didn't work out with him, their relationship can grow and he can maybe teach them he can show them a whole different side of him. You don't take that away.
Yeah, but some women feel, and once again, I'm gonna preface this by saying that, not y'all, but some women feel like if I don't like him, I'm mad at him. I'm gonna do everything in my power to turn this seed against him too.
And
Right.
that's wrong. That's very wrong.
That's how they do though.
Yep, that's how they do, though. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to spend some. Let's say when you finally do get to the point where you could spend some time with him and do whatever you want with him or her, you have to spend a lot of that time undoing that before you even get to the point where you can build with them. You got to undo that first.
Right.
That's,
Because
you're right. That's why you shouldn't do it from the beginning. Because when you come back, when that child now figure out who his father is, what are you gonna say when that child comes back and say, "Mama, why you lie on my daddy like?" What are you gonna say then? What's gonna be your answer then?
You mean like right now, the thing going around is that Jimmy Butler mama lied to him and come to find out, y'all know who his daddy is? Michael Jordan.
oh wow.
So he's a grown man, done played in the NBA and done all this, and his mama lied to him about who his daddy was. And couldn't find out Michael would cheat with Juanita with Jimmy, mama, and none of his sons became nothing, right? Well, the sons that he claimed. Then his illegitimate son turns out to be a basketball star. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, sure
And
is.
what's
Didn't
his
know
name?
about the story, but sure is.
we
What's
been
his
Yeah.
knowing
name?
that though.
Jimmy Butler. He played for the Miami Heat.
Okay.
Everybody to somebody though, Mario has been knowing that Jimmy Butler was Michael Jordan's son.
I ain't never heard that shit to this week, bitch. I ain't never heard that.
I
Dude,
just heard that.
I've been knowing this ever since Jimmy Butler been in the NBA.
Where you heard it from? How you heard it? Where you heard it?
Well, it was
Until
a
he went
rumor.
on IG Live and said that his mama confirmed that she lied to him. How you feel as a
Yeah.
man? That's fucked up though, man.
Michael Jordan paid Jimmy Butler's mama off to keep that under wraps because he had just got in the NBA and he had just started making real money. So he paid her off, thinking, that this never would come up. But if you look at Michael Jordan and you look at Jimmy Butler, you can look at them and tell they related.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And they're about the
Yeah.
same height.
That face.
I gotta go look at some side by sides again. I don't know,
Boy,
I gotta look at it
boy.
again.
If you look at him and you watch the way he played, and you watch the way Michael Jordan played, they play in very similar matters. And they both got that killer instinct, but Jimmy ain't got it like Michael had. And Jimmy a little bit taller, but he plays just like Michael Jordan played.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do some side by
His
sides.
facial structure says that his.
That's some hell of a thing to find out, though, man. I mean, and guess what? As boys, you love your mama unconditionally, but that's a hard pill to swallow. You run around thinking this dude right here, your daddy, your whole life, and then come to find out. Because in honesty, when you got the type of money Michael Jordan had, Jimmy Butler has been gypped out of a whole different life.
Yep. Yep.
And then to
It's
see
kind of
that
messed up.
Marcus and the other guy been running around doing fuck shit, his real two sons that he claimed been running around getting arrested doing fuck shit, and one screwing Michael, Pippen's wife.
Pippen. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And then you claim the ones that ain't doing right, but the one that's doing everything. But I just wonder what's gonna happen with this now. I just wonder if he's gonna step up and be that father that he's supposed to be. Because right now, the truth, Jimmy need that.
But
that boy need that.
Can he be a father to Jimmy? He could be a father to maybe Jimmy. I mean, a granddaddy to Jimmy kid, but can he be a father to Jimmy?
Not at this
It's
point.
not too. No, I wouldn't say that. It's still some things that young Jimmy Butler, because he ain't that old, still needs.
Jimmy is in his 30s.
Yeah, it's still look. I'm 53 years old. There's still some things that I need from my daddy that my daddy never taught me that I'm still learning. You don't never get too old to learn.
But let me ask you a question. Okay, go.
There's a difference.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. It's a very big difference there, bitch.
Difference.
Well, I mean, I get that, but
there's a difference.
It is.
He can't be a father. They can be friends, but a father, no. Because you got to realize this man he's a man now. He has gone without him for so long in his life. Now you want to come step back in and try to be my dad, all because everything is out there now. So a lot of resentment gonna come there.
Yep.
Well,
and as a guy who been
And
through
you
this,
can't come
I'm
back-
telling
you
you,
can't come
be there
back
for
on
my
it.
kids, but you ain't shit you can do for me.
there's gonna be some resentment anyway. There's
It
always
is.
gonna be some resentment.
It is.
I still got resentment towards my daddy, but what can I really do about it? Nothing. Because time. You still have this little thing called time that you don't know how much time you got, and you sitting around bullshitting your life away because you mad about what didn't or what wasn't. You still got to keep living. So what good is it gonna do you to keep doing this when you can make amends and try to go forward.
And that's all you can do is make amends. But he can never be a father to him.
Okay.
See, the problem I got with that is I come the person who always getting fucked got to be the bigger person.
Bigger person? Mm-hmm. That's how I feel all the time.
That shit gets on my nerve. He abandoned me and my mama and left me to, grow up, because these are the same conversations I had with my dad. And everybody say, well, Mario, you should let it go when I first met my dad. You know what I'm saying? We had a big to do in the hotel room. Why I gotta be the bigger person? He abandoned me. I'm a child. I can't do shit for myself. Yep. Y'all know what? Let's move on, please.
You know what?
That shit, man, I'm telling you, that shit bring out stuff in you. You got to be the bigger person. How does the role reverse where the kid has to be the bigger person to forgive the father when the father got a chance to live his life however he see fit, right? Didn't give a fuck about you, but you got to double back around and forgive him.
I say that same thing, Mario, but what can we do though?
I mean, that's true. That's true. That's true. I ain't gonna even lie. That shit made me feel some type of way, y'all. I can
tell. Shit, I can tell.
I see.
It's gonna be okay.
Oh yeah, don't be like that. Don't be doing that shit. Talk about it's gonna be okay.
You went to another place, Mario?
Yeah, he did.
I can remember me and my dad having a conversation when I met him for the first time in the hotel room, and when I asked him, what happened? Didn't you care about your boy? Didn't you want to know what happened, how we was, and stuff like that, And
you want to put that new single out, didn't you?
It's just crazy, man. How they just tell you stuff like, well, life happens, and sometimes, it's just amazing how life happens. But for me, life be right. And you know what I'm saying? Apologizing and just make amendment with your dad and tell him you love him. We'll be copacetic, but I don't love him.
Oh, you love your daddy. You just don't like what he done. You love him, you just don't like what he done.
First of all, you have to be around the person in order to develop that love for them.
Dude, that's what I want to say. No entity that we pray to right now could come down and tell you my heart says I love him, because I do fucking not. Period.
God, dog, boy.
No, I ain't gonna lie.
That's hatred.
There was no.
That's to be true to himself and to his feelings.
Right. That's not hatred.
No. I don't hate him.
It's not hatred.
I just don't love him.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't hate him. I just don't love him. And I allow him to be there for my kids and let him be a good grandfather to the kid, but he could never have been a father to me. You know what I mean? He just.
You ever thought that everything happened for a reason?
Yeah.
It might have made you a better person that you wasn't around him. Because that's how I think about my dad. It might have made me a better person that I didn't grow up with him. That somebody else raised me and made me better than what he was. Yeah, that's how I look at it.
I ain't have nobody, bitch. In the streets, the hood raised me. That's why a nigga had goddamn 3 kids before he was 20. Yeah, let's move on, y'all.
Or you was slanging. That's all that was. You was just slanging.
No, but I'm saying if you just had somebody on the phone, anybody just say, "Hey, let me talk to you. Let me holler at you. Let me show you how they go." Just any type of guys with you, young boy, because you think you know it all. Especially when you start feeling yourself around 17, 18. Can't nobody tell you shit, bitch. I needed somebody to tell me shit.
That's why I'm so grateful for my stepfather.
Let me throw a female's point of view in there.
Okay, go ahead.
Had my daddy been there, yes, my daddy, he's always been there financially, but had he actually been there, I know I would have done a lot of things differently in my life. But had he, since it was always just my mom and she was always at work, and all I had was the older friends,
Mm-hmm.
So guess where? Sugar went to the club with the older friend. Sugar did a lot of
Uh-oh.
other Sugar shouldn't have been into with the older friend.
Uh-oh.
And I
So
ain't putting it,
it
I ain't
makes a
putting it
difference.
all on them, but you know what I'm saying? It would have been nice to have somebody just to rein you in a little bit. Just just
Right.
I feel
not do
you.
nothing special. Just be a parent. That's all I need. Just be a parent.
I feel you, boy. I feel you.
Yeah. And at least, and even if you didn't even do what they said, at least you can say, I was taught better. I just didn't do
That is
better.
right.
I didn't.
Right.
Right.
Yes. I agree with you. At least I
So
can say that.
so you can say there was no excuse, you know, um, for me not doing the right thing because, my dad taught me better.
Yep. And as y'all see when we be talking, I don't know it all. A lot of stuff that we talk about that y'all tell me and stuff, I'll pass it on to my kids. Like one time they told me something and I said, okay, it don't go this way. I called Leon and said, hey Leon, does this the way it works? He told me, no, yeah, they do get what was it, tear gas? I asked you about, Leon, because my kids told me, yeah, and part of the training they do. See, I don't know
Mhm.
everything. So I confirmed with Leon because he's been a cop. So I said, hey, let me ask him so I can get them the right information. And I just try to be better. Sometimes just you can't be that type of person who swear you know everything, but you don't want to check with nobody. You know what I mean? I don't know
Right.
everything.
Right.
I call somebody who do.
Yeah, they show spray you in the face with that damn tear gas. They sure do.
I thought
Or
I was
pepper
like, ain't
spray.
no way that's part of the training because I swore
It
them
is
down.
part of the training.
Oh,
It is.
Leon, like, they hit you with it.
And they don't shoot you no little light beam with it either. They spray your whole entire face, making sure they get you so you know what it feels like. That's why they do it. So you know what it feels like when you do somebody else. That's why they do
I would imagine at that point a lot of people dropped out.
it. I
So, but
didn't.
but unfortunately, y'all, we've been recording for quite a while. So
Hmm.
Mitch came in toward the back end, you know, got a chance to, I don't know if you saw the video with the girl, Mitch, but from the general consensus of the panel it was
I
done in,
saw it.
oh, I would say it was done in poor taste, you know what I'm
It
saying?
was. It was.
I want to say
She
real
made
quick before
all
we
big
get out
girls
of
look
here.
bad.
Yeah, I will say before we get out of here, tell us how you feel about it before we get up out of it.
Well,
Janine,
I felt like she did that in bad taste. I felt like that she just made a bad light on all big girls, and all big girls are not like that. Just like Leon was talking about when he said that most big girls carry themselves better than these little flimsy little skinny girls, which is true. All big girls don't stink. All big girls, most of them that I know, they're more clean than a lot of these little skinny girls. And I think they take care of themselves a lot better than some of these girls. They just got a bad rap because they big girls. I don't have a problem with big girls. Well, really, I don't have a problem with anybody, but I just think that we as people, we always stigmatize things that we don't understand and don't have to deal with. And basically that's what I think about it, because I try not to put one person in one basket, just because they big or small.
Well said. And And like we said earlier, just the way that she presented the whole thing just comes across, as Miss Donetta said, kind of crass. And like we learned from school, everybody learned different. Some people you could tell them one time they got it. Some people need it through repetition. Some people need it through song. You know what I'm saying? Everybody learned different.
Hey Mario, Janine is in here.
Yes,
Janine, yeah,
see,
hey, hello, Janine. How are
I
you?
don't want to interrupt anything. You guys are
Okay.
talking, so I don't want to interrupt. Hello, I'm good.
What part did you come in on? Let's get your quick
Well,
thoughts
I didn't
on
even
something
hear.
real
I
quick.
didn't hear what it was about. I heard you guys talking, but I don't exactly know what you guys were talking about. On what you know.
Okay. All right. Well, tell us how you feel about Nellie Olson from Little House on the Prairie. How you feel about her?
What?
Oh,
Really funny. I don't even know who that is.
You know what,
Good
Little House
night,
on the
John
Prairie?
boy.
Huh?
You
Good
know
night,
what,
John
Little House
boy.
on the Prairie?
Not really.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just messing with you. How you
You're
doing,
making
Janine?
a joke, Janine.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
How you doing?
You're
What you
making a
been up to,
joke.
Janine?
I'm doing
What
great.
you been
How
up
you
to?
doing? Nothing. I tried to come in early, but this is as early as I can make it in here. Sorry,
It,
guys.
we it's okay. We happy to have you, Janine. Tell us
Yeah.
something interesting real quick.
I had nothing interesting to say.
You just been working hard, girl.
Uh, really, not really, not really. Today after work, there was one thing that I had to do before I came home. My for some reason, my lights wasn't working. I didn't pay attention that they weren't working until I was driving and I couldn't see on the road. I was like, "What is going on?" I think
Hmm.
only one of my fog lights was working, and one of my the headlights weren't working at all. But the other lights on the side of them, I don't know what they're called. They were really really dim.
Your fog
So
light.
I don't know what they're called.
Park light.
Um,
Your high
um,
beams when you working?
Well, when I went there, I thought no lights was working except for one light, and the two other lights were working really low. But as the man got in the car, he was like, "No, they work. You just need some headlights." Because I tried to turn them on and no lights was working. So I don't know. Maybe it's the short or something. I don't know.
Now, check your fuse box. Have somebody check your fuse box first
yeah.
because it sounds like one of them fuses is gone out. That's why your headlights are not coming on. Because there's not no way that both headlights are not gonna come on at the same time. Because
Mm.
headlights don't generally go out at the same time.
Right.
Check
Yeah,
that. Have them check
that's
that fuse.
that's what he said. Because he said one of them was still good, but I just had him change it anyway. I said, "Well, change it anyway."
hmm When you change your headlights, change them both at the same time.
Okay.
Because I
All
was
right.
driving, I
That's
couldn't see a
interesting.
thing. I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Well, we don't
I
want
didn't
nothing
even,
bad. We need you to
You
have
got
your
the
headlight.
resident mechanic in the shop. I mean, in the place. All you gotta do is ask Leon. Leon will tell you. Ain't that right, Leon?
Yeah.
hmm
There used to be the fuse.
That's what that is. I bet you that's a fuse.
oh, okay.
Well, she said she done had them changed now, right?
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
they go out again, then she'll know to check them.
Well, but I'm
The
saying if it
fuses.
was a fuse, then they wouldn't have came back on when they put the new bulbs in, wouldn't
Right.
It
Um,
depends. It depends if the fuse is weak or not. Because if the fuse is weak, if it still got some filament, it'll still come on.
Mm,
But you
it?
still
Okay.
need to check the fuse.
okay.
Man, cars is funny. I promise you, cars are real funny.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I
yeah.
ain't person to ask about that shit. So, like you said, Ashley,
And this
I know
little
my
part of
lane.
and this little part of the show was called the mechanic shop.
All right. With that being said, Leah, get
It's a-
ready to close us out, Leah.
Hey, it's been a lovely show. We hit a few points that was off to the left, and then we talked about a lot of people and things that were going on in the world today. Ladies, I'm just gonna put it out there. Know if you know what you're worth, and you know that this here, and you know all about yourself, and uh, don't goddamn me stand the man up for no hour waiting to get ready, knowing that you finna go out and go to a restaurant and eat something. Because if you leave me waiting for longer than 5 minutes, trust and believe, when you finally get ready, I ain't gonna be there. Damn that. Okay?
Okay.
Damn that. I'm gonna go find me something to eat because for one, if I say we going out to eat, I'm hungry. I ain't finna sit here and wait for your ass. No, I'm finna go eat. Damn you. You can find yourself something to eat. For two, if you think that you is better than what you is, ask your mama what she did on her first date.
You know what?
She probably gave up some ass on her first date when she got through eating.
Lord, somebody get him.
So you
Not
know,
doing
hey,
those.
if mama
Not
gave
doing
up some
those
ass, you
times.
can give up some ass too. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna put it out.
Not doing those times. We call it courting. They called it coating.
Yeah, they were coating and getting some ass at the same time. I'm just saying. Get you some ass and coat. Fuck the dumb shit.
Well, tell them how you really feel, Leon.
Fuck the dumb shit. Get some
Right.
ass.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, Big Mitch, talk to him.
Man, I'm gonna say it like this, boy. Leon, you the truth tonight, bro. You the truth. Cause you said what I wanted to say, but you said it, and I appreciate it too, bro. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, for all you fellas out there that's got these children, stop what you're doing, man. Take out some time and go see them, go get them. Tell them what's going on. Tell them how you feel. Tell them that you love them. Hug them. Act like you want to be there for them. Show them you want to be there for them. Man, these kids don't take long to grow up. And when they grow up and they got this thing that they mama didn't put in their brain, best believe they're gonna hold that until you make a difference. You know, I ain't trying to be funny and I ain't trying to take no sides, man, but there's always a right side and a wrong side. And because there's a right side and a wrong side, man, we ain't gonna always be right, but we ain't always wrong either. But if we don't put something in these kids' heads to show them that we give a damn about them same kids might be the same kids that bury our ass at the wrong end of the barrel, if you know what I mean. So we had a good night tonight. We said a lot, laughed a lot. Some of us might even cry a little bit after this show.
You
But
damn right.
I wasn't trying to put you out there like that, Mario. But anyway, like
You
I
got
say,
to. I did it.
like I say, man, I love y'all. Come back and see us next week. And Big Mitch is out.
All right. All right. Well said, bro. Janine, it's been a while since you had to close it out. Talk to him. Tell him something, Janine.
Yeah, I really don't have much to say, but I'm sorry that I missed the show, and I wish I would have, really known everything that you guys are talking about. But I know it was a good show because we always have a good show. And so that's all I have to say. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Are we glad you made it here, baby? That's all that matters. You here, Jay Booger?
I
The
tried.
land of the living.
I tried.
All right. All right. Well, we pretty girl, we glad you could make it. Miss Cat Lady, pretty lady, close us out. Talk to him. You and Matt Lena. Talk to him.
Madeline is asleep this afternoon. Madeline is asleep. She's tired
Not
from
Madalena.
In a drill.
She's tired. But meow, 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 everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming in. We did have a really, really good show. And we hope that you join us again, hopefully next week. Stay blessed. Meow.
Yeah.
All right, producer, pretty lady Andrea, take us home, baby.
Oh God, I hope that you guys have enjoyed tonight's show. As always, if you have any comments, questions, anything, just now look over our shoulders. Everything's there, right there for you. But that email address is totalview22@gmail.com. Check out the website, totalview22.com, and just hit us up. Leave us your thoughts, comments, everything. Have a good night.
All right, well, there you go. And last but not least, the all-incomparable Mama D, pretty lady, take us home. Let's go.
Well, we have run the gamut tonight. We've gone from not eating at the Cheesecake Factory to not being able to know how the big girls knowing how to wash their ass, to
Oh,
parents, mothers trying to discredit the dads. So, with that being said, we are pleasantly pleased you came and joined us tonight. And of course, we'll have some part twos to some of this, and maybe some part threes to some of it for next week. So that will whet your appetite to come and visit us again. And thank you for sharing with us. And you have a good evening.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Mama D. Well, with that being said, y'all, I ain't got nothing to say. I'm emotionally spent, so I ain't got nothing to say. I want to say thank y'all for coming. Like Andrea said, look over most of our shoulders, and you'll see we out there in them digital streets, and we gonna leave it at that, y'all. Love y'all, and we will talk to y'all on the next podcast. We out.
Somebody give Mario some tissue.
Tito, I need some tissue.
As they like to say, what that damn white lady at?
I got a total flu.